Hello friends, welcome to the channel. I am your friend Anand Janged. In previous session, we explored the JavaScript code setup and understood how variables are created in memory and allotted through the runtime. In today's session, we'll take it a step further by learning how properties are declared and how variables allot the memory within the program. In further discussion, how they are utilized after the declaration that we'll explore today. Unlike the last session where we focused purely on technical concept and practical, this session will also address how these topics are applied in real interview scenario. We'll go through the potential interview questions and related variable declaration, scope, uses, and discuss the best way to answer them. With this combination of technical practice and interview readlines, let's dive in and get started. There are the multiple way we can declare variables in our program. So first of all, like we will discuss about the let. So through let keyword, we are able to declare variables in our program. It is having some limitation as well as some benefits also. So let generally used for block scope if in case any functions or any block you are going to declare that time you can utilize the let. So what is let? Basically let is the keyword, or you can say it's a modern way to declare a variable in JavaScript that introduced in ECMA 6 ES6. So basically key features which we are going to discuss, those are like block scope, non-hoisting issue, redeclaration that is suitable for the loops, and it's a very clean syntax. Whenever you will return in the program, it's very clean syntax, and it doesn't support the hosting. So in case if you are accessing that variable without initialization, it will give you error and it will create for you temporal dead zone. It is very safer. Like if we implement closure in JavaScript, in upcoming video we'll also discuss about the closure concept. So closure, in case of closure, let keyword is very safe to use. This is the we discuss about the facts about the let keywords. And if I speak about the limitations, so limitations is like non-hosting initialization. As I discussed, if you're trying to access any variable before initialization, that is create for you temporal dead zone. So why it is happening? Because it is doesn't support hosting. That is the reason it is giving you error. Point is, if once you declare or initialize that same name of the variable in same scope, you are not able to redeclare that. That is the one issue. Another one is the in functional or block scope. If for example you are returning the four functions and same variable you are going to use it, then you inside the block scope or functional level scope you will declare four variables. So unnecessary memory congestion will be there. Instead of that, where can handle in one. So that's all about the scenario based, what type of requirement we are going to write the code or what type of requirement we are going to implement. Based on that, we can utilize let and where. Second point, now we will discuss about the const. So const is also one more way to declare the variables in your in program. Const declare variable whose value need to remain constant throughout the lifetime of to the application. Once you declare or initialize that const, wherever you are declaring, in same statement you need to initialize also. If once you initialize that, in whole over the application, that value will not change. That one condition const always carry. It is also the block scope. You are not able to reassign. In case of let, we were not able to declare it again, redeclare it. But here we are not able to reassign it. Okay. And wherever we declare, there it must be initialized. Immutable binding, not a value. Constant make variable immutable. But if the value is an object or array, you can still modify its property and its contents. It's very safe to use in functional scope. Using const with the function ensure that functional reference cannot be reassigned through the function itself. Interesting fact about the const. If we discuss interesting fact about the const, it's a block scope. It supports the immutable binding, object and arrays it is used for. It is where keyword is used to declare variable in the JavaScript. It has been part of language since its inception. When a variable is declared using where, it's a function scope or globally depending on where it is declared. You can declare a function level. You can declare where as a functional scope, but it act as a global level variable. You also can declare global scope outside the function in your component or in your file itself. There in all over the program you can access that. You can redeclare that variable using where support the hoisting also. So as we discussed in case of let and const, hoisting support by where. So you can access the property before initialization. Once it's a declared, but later point of time it is initialized, you can access before initialization. There is a no block scope in this case. In case you are declaring a block scope using where, it is also accessible at global scope. And global object properties, variable declare with the where in global scope become properties of the window object. Related issue while using the where. Through modern JavaScript engine, optimize use of the where and let const typically preferred for better predictability and readability. Using where can sometimes lead to unnecessary recalculation or complex code while runtime. So wherever we use the closure, so if we use where, that create the issue. Lack of block scope. If we expecting any block scope variable and we are declaring where, that time it create the issue. Hoisting behavior it provide, that we already discussed. Global attachment. So wherever you are declaring that, you are able to check or you are able to access in all over the application. Drawback of using where, how we can improvise. There won't be any block scope, no block scope. Hoisting can cause unexpected issue. So wherever hoisting you are going to implement, there you are declaring using where, or there you are trying to initialize with the where. Hoisting can cause unexpected issue. Redeclaration is allowed again and again. So later point of time in other scope, same property can change. So that's a one drawback. Any property which is declared through where it is attached to global object like window object or global object. Any asynchronous code you are returning, there it is might create the issue. For example, inside the function, if you are using set timeout, where create unexpected behavior due to it's a functional scope. Since due to it's a functional scope, it create some unexpected behavior. Iteration share the same variable reference. Asynchronous callback often used to find the values. Instead of that, expected incremental values. Let's have some coding example how it behave at the runtime while declaring through different ways. I have declared one function for testing purpose, declaring let, and I declared the variable and I initialize as well. Before declaration and initialization, I'm trying to access that variable. This call, we should make a call to this function. After that, we'll execute this file. It is giving the error. We are not able to access name before initialization. As we through let is the functional scope or block scope, we can use the let keyword, but it will not support the hoisting. Before that, if trying to access before initializing or declaring any variable, if we trying to access variables, in that case it will give the error like same. Cannot access name before initialization. Same way. Same example you can consider for hoisting as well. Before declaring an initialization, I'm trying to access that. So it is giving me error. So in both of the cases, it will give me either it's a block scope or hosting case. Both it will give me same error. Now, third topic which we discussed about the let. If I trying to declare it again, let name with the different name test user 2, so it will give me error in that function level. It will give me compile time error, or you can say cannot redeclare the block scope variable. This type of error you'll get it if you declare it same variable, same name variable with the twice. This let keyword is suitable for the loop. So inside this function, if you're trying to print anything through loop, you're trying to iterate anything through loop, then it is suitable choice. We applied loop inside the function. We initialize first one size that you can take any variable, and after that, that's a size or number of time your loop will iterate. After that, you can utilize that. You can do any operation, like you can print the number which you are iterating, or any business operation or any logic you can return inside that function. That will, I entered, I applied a for loop, I declared the variable, and size I declared the number of times this loop will iterate. I try to execute this function, then it's tried to print 6 times as I declared 6 times this. So it start from 0 and it go till end. So 7 times it is this loop got iterate because I initialize 0. From 0 to 6 it considers 7 iteration, print the 7 iteration. Let keyword support the modern JavaScript syntax also for destructuring the destruct. Let's understand the how let keyword can fit into the modern syntax or how it support. Just I'm creating one file, modern syntax. After that I'm trying to make one destructure object. That value I have in another object with the same variable. Name is test user, age is 30, age is 40. So I declared that wherever it is required in the program, I am able to access this property. I'm able to print this username. This technique called destructuring, and I declare name and age. I destruct. I assign. I declare name and age, and I assign the value. This technique called destructuring of the object, and through modern way we are able to write that using let. So these are the facts about the let. Same we can check about the const as well. So just I'm creating one file, declare test. Just I'm creating the another function,